Hey, Kowlasky here. Welcome back to another video. Now in this video, I want to show you two games that got me to my highest rating yet. That's 21-25. Now of course I'm willing to push for more than 21-25, but for now I actually think this rating is pretty good. Now this is the first game. We're gonna take them in chronological order, played against an opponent also about the same rating obviously. Now c4, as I usually open with when I'm playing serious games, my opponent goes e5, and I'm like, okay, e5. Here obviously there's this variation with knight f3, but I decided to just go g3 because this is also equally good, and you're gonna play knight f3 anyways. So we just have normal developing moves, and after knight f6, here I just go castle and bishop e7, and here I just decided to play an aggressive style. That's how you're supposed to play this position, d4. The thing is, he took the pawn, which is not necessarily bad, and I took back with the knight, and now you kind of have to do something about these knights, because for example, if you play something like bishop d7, that's a little bit passive, and it's pretty good, but I mean, you're gonna be forced to take this anyways, and you don't really want to weaken your pawn like that. Plus the bishop here that has no future, because you're never gonna play queen c8, because you're never gonna have time for that. Just e4, and even if you get here, simply a move like knight f5 for example, and now you're just much worse in this position. It doesn't matter that you traded off the bishop. So anyways, knight takes on d4, knight takes on d4 was played, and now I just took with the queen, and he castled. Now knight c3, and he played the move c6, now just kind of counteracting my bishop. But this move here basically allows me to just play the move bishop f4, put a lot of pressure, but I didn't do that. I played bishop g5, which is an inferior move, as it allows it's simply a move like h6, and if I trade, I'm not gonna have enough attackers for this pawn. But luckily here my opponent plays knight g4, just completely giving me the advantage, and I'm not looking back after this point. Here just knight e4, putting a lot of pressure, and after the move bishop e6, I mean, I just took the pawn. Right now I'm up a pawn, and not only up a pawn, I'm about to be up 2 pawns. So he defends that, but now I just simply go b3. I defend my pawn, and now my knight is free to move. He attacks my knight, I defend my knight, because my knight is such a powerful piece in his position. And here he decides that he wants to double up, maybe try to pin me. So I just go ahead and I kick his knight out. Now if for example knight f6 is played, then I would have played e4, and if he would have doubled, then I would have simply played e5. And then for example if knight e8, I would have simply played c5. And if f6 for example, I would have simply played f4. So that was my plan, that was my idea, to just defend my knight and just keep it there. But he seemed, after h3, one blunder leads to another. He played this move, knight e5, and now I'm just winning because I just trapped his knight simply on the spot. He decided to try to attack me, but I mean, there's just no way to undermine the structure. Here he even takes a pawn, and I finished the game as I usually like to finish, in a classy style. We have e takes f6, and after he takes my rook, I take his rook, and after he takes my pawn, I just deliver a check, and this is completely winning. Now if king h8, this is actually made in 2. Now this is made in 2, and if for example king f8 is played, then simply I take, he takes, and after I deliver a check, I just take his rook, and it's GG's because he takes the bishop. But now I just deliver him another fork, and he attacks me. Let's say now I can actually even take, and at the end of this line, I'm just completely winning. Okay, so that was the first game, a miniature, like in 24 moves that ended. And here is the second game. This is actually the last game, so to say, that I reached my rating in, and here I just open up with c4 again. I'm playing with the white pieces again. I'm open up with c4, and he plays e5. Now in this game I actually opted for knight f3, and he actually went into the e4 line, knight d4, and here he played a very dubious sideline. Here he played the move bishop c5, which is usually not played, because simply knight b3 and you're forced to go back to d6. That's usually the best move, because if you go back to e7, it's equally bad, so to say. But if you go back to e7, knight c3 anyways, and you cannot really defend this pawn, because if you try to go knight f6, then simply d3 and the ed3, for example, you don't even want to take you can take the pawn, but you can even play the move e4. But I would have probably taken the pawn and played this calmer than just e4 right away. But just so you know, this position is very, very shaky for black. White can create an immediate attack that can actually win the game. So after knight b3, he goes back bishop d6, now trying to defend. And here, usually d3 is a popular move. Also knight c3. For example, knight c3 has been played the most. And now we have just knight c6. And this move is just very, very bad. Like, nobody else ever played this move before him. Here, moves are queen f6 that have been played, which is also pretty bad. But queen f6 and knight f6, basically the two most popular move in the Leech's database. But I just took the pawn now, and I'm winning, basically because I'm up a pawn, and I just have a much better position. I just took the bishop, went e3 to defend my pawn, and here actually the pawn is not defended because d5 is a tactic. But for some weird reason, like I mean obviously I saw d5, but I was like, better than nothing. Here actually d3 is better, but okay. He actually didn't go d5, he went knight d7, and now I just went back with the bishop. He now played d5, but now it's too late. I went knight g5. And here, after h6, I just took the pawn, because again, I wanted to finish in a classy style, like flashy and, just filled with tactics. For example, if king takes, I was thinking queen h5 check. And if, for example, if g6, then simply a move like queen f3 check. And if king g7, then a move like b4 to now go after this. If rook f8, bishop b2 check, king h7. Now I would have probably went for a move like queen g3, and if knight f5, just queen e5. And I would have slowly centralized, and I'm up a pawn anyways. Probably here I'm not as winning, because g4 actually doesn't truly work because of rook e8. And although I can still maintain this, I gotta be careful not to go too far back, because this pawn is pinned. So I cannot really just hang around and have a lot of fun. I gotta be pretty careful. For example, rook e8, rook e4. Now I gotta go back, and then I'm getting kicked back a little bit. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant, definitely. But after this move, knight takes on f7, I didn't actually have to go into all that variation, because he just played king d7, and after I took, he resigned. Like I was left there speechless. Like, what even is this? First of all, he gives away a piece. Oh, sorry. First of all, he gives away a pawn right here. And second of all, he gives away a piece without going for d5. And then third of all, I give him a piece back, he doesn't take it. And then he just blunders his queen. I mean, this game didn't really make a lot of sense. I don't know. But hey, there are some games that you just have to take. And maybe my opponent simply had an off game. And he played really fast. I also played really fast because I was winning. So sometimes you get lucky, and other times you don't. But these two games basically were shown as relaxing miniatures. Kind of, they were like the cherry on top, kind of like a reward for me for getting above 2100 in the first place. If you watch the video, come back down a queen. That was also a game in kind of this road to 2100. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is all for the video. I'll see you on the next one. Kowalski out.